Hey Freelancer, my name is Marianne Bramish, and this channel is all about me setting personal and professional goals and trying to make my life more, whatever the goal is, more streamlined, more productive, more wealthy, all of it. I want to be all of those things. Today's video is all about knowing your worth. And I don't mean self-worth and everybody's special. I'm talking about how much to charge people for your services if you are entering into the freelance world. I suffer from nice girl syndrome. Nothing sends me into a sweaty, nervous spiral faster than the words, "How much do you charge?" Honestly, a big part of it is I can't wrap my head around being able to afford paying somebody as much as I'm asking people to pay me. So I feel guilty. The thing is, I'm aware that that's insane. How will I ever make a living, especially a decent one, if I can't ask people to pay me more than I can afford? By thinking that way, I am perpetuating my own problems. That's like saying, oh, I only have $4 in the bank. That means no matter how much I work today, I can only make $4. What? Now, it's great to be understanding of what is affordable for others, but if they weren't prepared to pay you a certain wage, they wouldn't have asked you how much you charge. Now, say the time comes and you get hit with that question. The first thing to consider is, how much is everyone else charging? Start where every modern individual does, Google it. When I got my first job ghostwriting, that's all I did. I typed in, how much do ghostwriters charge per hour? I did some digging, found an answer. This isn't you being phony or unprofessional. This is you learning more about your own business. Nobody just knows these things. You have to learn, and there's no shame in that. Plus, it has the added bonus of probably being about in the ballpark of what your client is expecting. If you work in an industry like mine, freelance ghostwriting or proofreading, 9 times out of 10, your client Googled it themselves before they called you. They wouldn't be wasting your time if they didn't already have some ballpark of how much it would cost. The second thing to consider when setting your price is how much experience do you have? Have you done this job before? If not, I would err on the low side of the spectrum. If you have more experience, go higher. Just a couple weeks ago, I was talking with a new family about nannying, and they asked me how much I charge. I know how much I charge, $18 to $20 an hour. And for some reason, I said 16 because my mind went into spiral mode. $16 an hour is not a livable wage in California. It's just not. Don't make that mistake. Know your answer. Remind yourself of your answer before you go into the room or before you dial that phone number. That was my mistake. That brings me to my third thought. Adjust for inflation. That will mean charging new clients more than you've charged old clients. When I started proofreading about 8 years ago, I charged $2 per page. Now that same company gives me $3.50 per page. New clients are charged $4 per page. This isn't me favoring one over the other, it's just I have the established relationship here and they've been giving me raises incrementally. But in order to keep up with bills and with inflation, I need to charge more to keep a roof over my head. You aren't working for your client as a favor, you are working for them for money. Don't forget that. The last thing to keep in mind when figuring out your worth, don't lowball. The difference between erring on the low side and lowballing is going below even the low end. Now, how is this different from erring on the lower side when you're unexperienced? Well, when you're doing that, it's wise because it gives you room to grow and make mistakes, because if you're charging the same prices as the best, you need to be delivering material as the best. When I got my first job as a ghostwriter, that was my thought process when I erred on the lower side. The problem is I went too low. When I looked up ghostwriting fees, it was $50 to $150 an hour. I charged $40 because I lacked confidence, because I lacked the wherewithal to believe that my client could afford $10 more an hour. That was a mistake. You need to make sure you aren't going so low that you're not going to be taken seriously. And also, you're costing yourself money. And you especially don't want to do that if it could accidentally make people not take you seriously. Think about if you were wanting to start work as a cleaning lady and you charged $4 an hour. Sounds like a great deal, but I wouldn't trust that you're good at what you do if you're only charging $4 an hour. There's the adage of you get what you paid for, and I don't want you to get yourself stuck in that trap. If you offer quality services, People should be paying quality dollars. When I lowballed, it was fine. I got hired. It all went great. But it's important to keep in mind that I could have made a lot more money. A fifth more money, something like that. You're not a bad person for charging for your work. Trust me, you're just not. People wouldn't be paying for your services if they didn't want to pay for them. They'll always be able to find other options, and maybe you're scared that you're going to lose a client because other people will charge less. Believe in yourself enough to charge what you're worth. Figure out your self-worth and stick to it every time. Every time. Give yourself that pep talk before every call. That is it for today's video. If you have any other advice for my viewers, or if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Thanks so much. Please like and subscribe.